and welcome to the LARP News Podcast with me, Bungle, and the ever wonderful Millie.
I'm not going to lie, we had to do that twice because I messed up the first time and I interrupted you, Bung. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I mean, it's not our first episode of the year, but it's our first recording together, Bung. Hello.
Yeah. I think, is it the first recording I'm appearing on in the new year?
Yes.
Happy New Year, everyone.
You came on stream for the charity, for the charity raffle. But yeah, welcome back, baby. How do? Let's have a little catch up. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm currently sitting in a room that may have faint resin printing fumes in, but
you've been printing like mad. Like
I have, yes.
What are you doing?
I've been printing out the miniatures for Trench Crusade.
I keep hearing a lot about Trench Crusade, and I have no idea what it is. If anybody has any resources where I can be an equal nerd with all of my friends, please let me know.
I'll send you some links over.
Yes, please, because I'm hearing good things. People are obsessed with it.
Yeah, it's for those who don't know, it's a tabletop war game basically. It's very, very grimdark, set in an alternate past, around the sort of time of World War One, but there's demons and various other things going on rather than just your standard war stuff. Nice. So the models are horrifically grimdark.
Right up our
some of them are
groups.
proper gruesome.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, if you like gruesome horror stuff, Trench Crusade, yeah, just some of the artwork for it is absolutely insane. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah, I have seen it. It looks really good. But anyway, we're not a Trench Crusade podcast.
No,
we're an award nominated LARP podcast.
Yeah, we're on the shortlist again. So thank you very much, everyone who's nominated us this year. I mean, we did no promotion for it.
No, I was thinking about it, but I felt really awkward asking people to vote for us, so I deliberately didn't. So thank you very much for the people that put in our name. So thank you so much. You're all incredible. Should we do a little rundown? Let's do. So according to the UK LARP Awards Facebook page, here we go. We're gonna. There's a lot. We're
gonna read their shortlist.
Oh boy, are we? So there's a lot. There are a lot of awards. The LARP awards are really fun, and they do everything from like best LARP of the year, and it breaks it down into loads of different categories, to like crew member and things, which is really cool. Yeah. It's nice that they
crafters, traders as well get a mention on it.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So they've got. I'll read out the categories, and then you guys can have a look. But it's small LARP of the year, medium-sized LARP of the year, large LARP of the year, international LARP of the year, family LARP of the year, new LARP of the year, club LARP of the year, grassroots LARP of the year. That sounds cool. I don't know what grassroots means.
I'm never too sure on the definition of what a grassroots LARP is.
Yeah, because they've got things like Hero Fest and Empire, but then they've also got a foot on the stairs, so it can't be something to do with size. Anyway, we'll find out. Player run or sanctioned LARP of the year, award for accessibility in LARP. That's a good one.
Yeah.
LARP producer of the year for foam, latex. Then for leather, LARP producer of the year costume. LARP producer of the year as in creating monsters. In-field retailer, online retailer, LARP caterer, entertainer, NPC of the year, event crew member of the year, and our little category, which is LARP media of the year, which has got nominations including To Have and To Roll, Fake Swords, Real Feelings, Hefty Yeti, Agent Smith, so Ben Smith, photography, and us. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Woof.
Bizarre.
Yeah. So if anybody's interested, the LARP Awards are held traditionally over the LARPCon.
Yes, usually this Saturday night of LARPCon.
Yeah, let's have a look, see.
That's a separate event, separate ticket.
Yeah.
I've been a couple of times in the past. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it this year.
No, I'm going to see what I can do. Work is a nightmare at the moment, but yeah, so it's really cool. It's very exciting. So thank you again. But Bung, we don't blow our own trumpet on this podcast, so let's get on with what we wanted to talk about, which is 2025.
Yeah, whole new year.
Boy,
a whole new LARP coming.
Yeah, this is our 1 year anniversary of doing the podcast together as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Our LARP partnership lasted longer than our LARP characters partnership.
Woof! Hey now, yeah.
Hey, Keys died, so
yeah, and Agni went a bit cuckoo for sure. Yeah, that's quite exciting. So, what are you doing this year in LARP, Bung?
I am going to be doing Empire.
Nice.
As is standard. There's definitely several events I really want to be at. E1 I have to be at because obviously there's the stuff going on with Kara Shield still.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get that re-upped. So I've got all that to do.
Yeah.
Always love to be at E2 for Navarre. Spring, you've got to be there for that. Yeah, so, and I'll be doing probably E3 and E4 as well.
Nice.
Because Empire's my home away from home.
Yeah.
When it comes to LARPs, it's my first LARP. It's always going to have a big place in my heart.
Yeah, it's where we both started our LARP journeys, isn't it? Because Empire was my first LARP as well. I'm hoping to get to 3 of 4 of the Empires this year, because 2 of my very good friends are getting married over E2. Which,
oh wow,
I know I'm very excited about. It's this, everybody's growing up, Bung. But I've also already had my first LARP of the year, technically.
Yes, you have, and I look forward to hearing about it. But that will be on another episode.
It will. We did Portents, which is one of the Feast Your Eyes events, and I crewed it. So that's something that this year is going to be the year that Millie crews a lot of LARPs, mainly because money. For anybody who doesn't know, crewing is free, and you basically go and help the game runners build the world. You can do anything from being an NPC to just being an enemy on the other side that gets whacked or whacks the players, and it's really good fun. So I'm thinking we shall talk to my dear friend Oily, who has started their own podcast with Yada, and it's called Immersive Idiots, and their first episode was about Flying Lead Nightmare, which is, bear with the sound quality, dear listeners, everybody starts somewhere, but it's an amazing episode, and Oily and Yada are 2 of the most incredible people, so definitely give them a listen if you want to hear what we got up to at Flying Lead Nightmare. So yeah, there's Portents has already happened. Are you doing any player events this year for Empire?
I haven't booked myself into any.
Okay.
I'm not sure what ones are coming up. I haven't booked any over the long dark apart from the ones I did last year. So the Hunter's Feast.
Mm-hmm.
That was obviously run by the LARPs and Tarps guys.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I haven't booked myself into any player events yet. Nothing's really grabbed my fancy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I haven't really been fishing around too hard for them at the moment because this year is probably going to be quite an expensive year for me LARPing, because I also intend to do at least a couple of Menhirs Fate.
Yeah, that's the big boy, isn't it? That's the woof.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. It's because Menhirs, so we'll come back to player events in a second, but Menhirs is going to be the first Fest LARP, so first sort of large scale LARP of 2025, and it's the first weekend in April. I'm very excited. I'm going to spend most of March crafting my kit, because they've released an updated wiki and nation brief for my nation that I really want to go into, which is Hammerstadt. So yeah, I'm just very excited. I think it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be amazing, and I think it will be, given time. But yeah, player events. I'm going to a few player events this year for Empire. First one is in a couple of weeks. Oof.
Oof.
My calendar's already filling up. It's History and Virtue.
Oh wow! I do keep meaning to go along to one of those.
You should come. It's in the Roman Baths in Bath. Weirdly, so the venue's amazing, and I really like it because it'll be a sort of RP but theological and philosophical debate heavy. Plus, it's just a really cool excuse to walk around the Roman Baths.
I think James from Fancy Nuts, he does that a few times because obviously he's quite big in the guide game.
It's a big sort of priest pull of an event.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm going because I am not. My new character Claudia is not a priest in any way, but I'm hoping to go with a couple of good friends from Navarre, and it should just be quite nice. And then we're flying lead together, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
But you are on the other side of the hedge, I believe.
Oh boy, am I! Yes, I'm crewing.
Yeah, you're crewing at this Flying Lead Lawless, whereas I am playing a character. I think, in fact, isn't Morgan also? Is he playing a character this time?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Morgan.
And
but
some of the other LARPs and TARPs are crewing.
Yeah, I think Tom and I are crewing. I think Morgan's playing. Although don't trust Morgan when he says he's playing. If you listen to our Oasis,
yeah, don't trust that bastard ever again.
But also don't trust Matty because they pulled the same trick at Eldritch.
Well, I think Matty's already said that she's crewing. I think so. Which of the podcasters is going to kill which of the other podcasters?
I know. I think this is basically just going to become a running theme. But I'm excited for the Flying Lead because it's 1920s. It's a prohibition LARP.
Yeah.
I've been speaking to a couple of the crew, and by the sounds of it, it's going to be pretty fun. I chose to crew it because personally, 1920s for character creation just isn't my vibe. I'm either a sort of 1800s or a absolute medieval fantasy kind of gal. I
think I've mentioned it on a previous podcast that
you love it.
20th century. I love that era.
Yeah.
I raided my local charity shop for. I've got
it's really
a couple of shirts. I've got a load of waistcoats.
Yeah, I was talking to. So our next episode's going to be an interview with Claire from Profound Decisions about sort of just LARPing 101. I think it's going to be a bit of a ramble and not so much of a structured chat just because I love them and I love talking to them. But we were talking about charity shops and how much we just love shopping in them for LARP kit. They're great.
I've had some great finds in my local charity shop. Like the bellows I use for the campfire.
Yeah.
They cost me £2 from a charity shop.
And then we've got Flying Lead, we've done Menhirs, we've got Empire. Then it's Northern Kingdoms, very exciting. That's another one that I'm looking forward to this year. And one that I'll be honest, I'd never heard of before. And another one that I'm going to go crew is Outlaw.
That's the sort of medieval era.
No. So there is an Outlaw at ILARP. So that is the sort of Robin Hood, like medieval knights and maidens in distress sort of LARP. But the Outlaw that I'm going to go to, I think it's in Cornwall, and it's a sort of medieval fantasy LARP again. And it's one that I'm going to go crew with a bunch of friends and a few reapers, which would be quite interesting. So yeah, that will be a fun one. I think I need to do some reading on it actually, and that brings me nicely onto some Patreon content. Woof, because we are. If you didn't think we were busy enough, dear listeners, I've decided to up.
You.
Yeah, well.
I just turn up.
You're getting involved in this, Bung, I'm sure.
Am I?
No, if you don't want to be, it's fine. But it's for our dear Patreons who have literally kept us going, because this is an expensive podcast, and we say it every event, every time we do any recording. So as a sort of little thank you, what I'm going to be doing is doing sort of Patreon only streams and episodes where we take LARPs, read through the rules, and then make characters, or talk through themes and things that we would do or wouldn't do in the game.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so I think that for starters, if it's just me doing it, then we'll do some unlisted YouTube streams for the Patreons. And then we'll see what happens, and then turn that stream into audio for them to listen to, which means that I'm going to have to start learning how to add in our Spotify to the Patreon. There's going to be a lot of development this year. Another one that we've got going on, we've got Asphodel. So Asphodel was one of the games by Folklore, who very kindly donated 2 tickets to our raffle. So Asphodel is the sort of ancient Greek heroes, gods, fantasy LARP. But then there's also, which is new this year for them, Ardent Spaces, which is a LARP that our friend Callum is very excited about. I think it's like a Nerf game. They've just, as of yesterday, added a load of content to their Facebook page. So we'll do a little link dump in our Facebook post. So I'll add all of these LARPs, because it is a mean list. It is huge. And then 97 Poets is going again for the international LARPers amongst us.
I would kill to go to that, but it's just, I haven't got the dollar to get out there, go to the LARP, and get back.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. But they do offer concession tickets, which is really interesting if you want to read up on that. Then you've got on my LARP calendar a lot of Menhirs, a lot of Empires. Warriors of Middle-earth is back in October. I'm not telling anybody when tickets go live, because I want to make sure that I get one. And then, interestingly, iLARP are doing a second breakfast nightmare, which I am obsessed with. I have decided that I am an absolute masochist, and I love the nightmare games. Because if you're not running absolutely scared through the woods in the middle of the night, what even is life?
I'm quite tempted to perhaps apply for crewing for that. Depending when it falls. So
you would be. It's in November. First weekend in November is that one. Then we've got Portents again, and then Free Company, which is the Warhammer Fantasy, I want to say.
Oh, the faux hammer.
Yeah. But it looks awesome. I've seen some people who have already... So Free Company's in November, and I've seen some people that have already put their kit together for it. And it's sort of like Landschnecky, but Warhammery. Again, this is one I'm talking... I can hear all of my friends who absolutely adore Free Company screaming at me through their telephones right now. I promise I will read up on it. This is one that I will read up on, because that's one that I really want to crew, because I think it sounds so fun. And then we've got Eldritch is coming back, which we didn't do an episode on Eldritch last year, but it was one of my favorites, because they did sort of Call of Cthulhu LARP. It was a first LARP event that Max Berry had done, and it was amazing. And they're doing it again, but instead of being in the 20th century, it's going to be in medieval settings.
Ooh.
And I think that Cthulhu and medieval together, like an Eldritch horror LARP.
Yeah, when you haven't got all the mod cons of the 20th century.
Yeah. Very exciting. Plus, we've got the second event of Bastion. Oh my God. I'm literally, it's just ticked in how many events we're doing. Woof.
Oh yeah, especially you. You are the
I am
the one who gets to all of them.
Oh yeah. So second event of Bastion's going again. I'm very excited about that one, just to see how, and the same with Wome as well, because they're both second events from Know Your Role. Who I'm planning to interview at some point this year, because they're a really cool company.
Yeah, I remember they were on the 24-hour stream.
Yeah, they came on.
Lovely guys.
They're incredible. I love them to bits. So I'm excited to see how those guys improve from their first ever events to their seconds. It's going to be cool. And then this is one that I will never do an episode on. I can talk to people until the cows come home about Hoist The Colours, but it is and most of my friends that are holiday LARP.
Yeah.
So
you've always got to have a holiday LARP where this is not a business.
Yeah.
For me, this one is just I am letting loose. I don't care.
Business in very much inverted commas.
Yeah, inverted commas. This isn't a business LARP. No. I'm not here to.
I'm not
get
here
a story
for the
or
content.
I'm here. I'm here to
fun.
have fun and relax.
Yeah, and Hoist is honestly one of my favorite events for that. Again, I'm not telling people when tickets go live because they sell out super quickly, and I really want to make sure that I get a ticket this year.
Yeah, it's the same with because I really love I really enjoyed the Flying Lead Nightmare I did.
Yeah.
So it's trying to get onto anything like the Flying Lead stuff is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the lottery system for this most recent for the Lawless.
I would be fascinating, because I think it was really interesting, actually.
You basically you had a week to register your interest.
Mm-hmm.
Then basically names randomly got chosen out for whether crew or player.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get an email going, here's the password to get into it.
Yeah.
Buy your ticket. If you don't buy it within this amount of time, it's going to waitlist.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a great way of doing it, rather than because I've missed out on nightmares by either forgetting
that fair.
The tickets are going on sale, and it's like, oh crap, I checked 5 minutes after they've gone on sale and they're all gone.
Yeah, and it's also as well for people who work nights or in the evenings where they can't necessarily get hold of it. Or like
childcare as well. If you're putting your kids down to bed and it's like, oh crap, the tickets are going on sale now. You're shafted.
Abandon the children.
Yeah. I'll read your bedtime story in a minute. All right. Just wait on the potty. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Damn straight.
Exactly. I've got to get my Flying Lead tickets.
Yeah. Much more important. It's not much more important.
No.
But I think it's quite cool. And they did a similar system for Forlorn Hope as well. So I think for the smaller LARPs that are higher in demand, I think that we're going to see a lot more. We're going to see a lot more lottery systems coming in.
Especially for stuff like the one-shots, the small one-shots, it makes a lot of sense for.
Yeah.
Like the ongoing story ones, I understand a lot of those, they'll sell tickets initially to people who have already attended. I know with the finale for Flying Lead was initially the tickets are only open to people who had previously played.
Mm-hmm.
Which made perfect sense. So I wasn't going to even attempt to buy tickets for that because my character's never been here before. There's no point me going to a finale for it.
Yeah. But there were some new players that did manage to get in with the waitlist tickets, which were quite good. But yeah, I think it sounds amazing. So we spoke about Caro Shield for Empire. And have you got any plans for your character for Flying Lead?
Sort of. There's a possibility of, because Orion's also got a player ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And at Oasis we played the DuPont brothers.
Nice.
So it might be a reprieve of the DuPont brothers.
Yeah.
Along with also, I think Dave also has a player ticket.
Yeah, Dave's got a ticket.
So there's a possibility we might be rolling up as a trio, getting up to all sorts of trouble. But obviously you're crewing, so I don't want to give you too much information about what I'm going to be up to.
Oh no, that's fine. I'll be honest. Yeah. I'll have either forgotten by tomorrow, or I will keep a secret. I'm very good at keeping secrets, you know.
Okay.
I'm not. Don't tell me anything. I will. I will absolutely run to the game runners and go. By the way,
I dug out my old harmonica from years ago.
Yeah.
And I need to actually remember or learn how to play anything again.
That's cool. You should. I mean, you've got time because it's February now, and it's in March.
You've
got 4 weeks. You got 4 weeks. That's good time.
4 weeks.
10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Have you got anything that you want to do, like for personal development, LARP wise, this year?
I think there's a few things I want to do. Like need to sort of be a bit more outspoken on certain things, and make my voice heard a bit more. So I think, because a lot of the time I in my own head I'm very much background character, whereas it'd be quite nice to perhaps have a character that's a bit more to the front.
Yeah.
Play a bit more. Not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the correct phrasing for it. Really, sort of
just be authoritative.
Yeah, but not in a
not in an overbearing
way.
Kind of way.
Yeah.
It's a very fine line.
Exactly. Yeah. Sort of have it so I'm known, but not known, not for a bad reason.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Like, I mean, I love doing the Carrier Shield thing because it is one thing that's putting me out there. I was going to be doing all the announcement for that last year, but unfortunately a certain fucking Darian decided to die on my way to it.
But I think that also, like, looking back on the year that we had last year, which we did do a little bit in our yearly review episode, I think you should be incredibly like proud of everything that you did at Empire and dealing with all of the emotional RP that you had to do. So I'm really excited to see what we do this year. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
You are going to be E1. It's going to be a whole new Millie.
Yeah.
So I look forward to meeting your new character in passing at some point.
Claudia, she's going to be a busy old girl.
Exactly. So I think the only chance I've got of bumping into you is if I'm just wandering through the league.
Oh, I don't know. I'm planning to make friends in high places, and I'm going to do...
Well, you won't be near the Ashbourne then.
What? Hey now. We do not put ourselves down on this podcast, Bung. Remember this.
Hey. Unless you need someone to come and blow bubbles, or someone just to stand sternly with some gigantic horns complaining that your awning's too short.
That's a very, very important role to do. So shush.
I can just see my antlers in the background on the camera.
It's so good.
They're ridiculous.
Oh yeah, there they are. I wondered what that was.
Yeah.
I got to wear my full Agni kit at Portents
I
at the
saw
weekend.
the pictures. I was like,
no. Yeah, but
my late wife.
my wife. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try and get in the military game this event, or just in Empire this year. I've got a very kind James Cosmofar has very kindly said that I'm allowed to tag along with him to military council. I know that it's not necessarily a wise choice, but I feel like two moody, broody, leaguish characters can do quite well in military council together. I think it's going to be fun. Especially if Rocky of the Dreadshields delivers Claudia a steak, as he did to James at military council.
Absolutely ridiculous him doing that. It was
so good.
Your steaks are under a cloche and everything.
Yeah. And Radek got a similar treatment as well. It was very funny. But yeah, I think I'm just excited to be with all of my friends in our silly little fields doing silly little guy role play again. It's going to be really nice.
That's I think what I miss the most is I've got really close good friends around me here obviously, but some of the people I love hanging out with the most are the people I hang around with at LARP. Like the people you just sit around a campfire and just have a good time.
Yeah. And
pushing that line between ICOC, Tom when it's getting late in the night.
Oh,
and have a few beers. But it's just that incredibly fun camaraderie of everyone's there for the same thing. And it's just
it's going to be really nice.
Play act that you're a big man on campus.
Yeah. And and I think it's going to be a really good year, and it's going to be a year of a lot of firsts, like where if you do go to Menhirs and you see us there, it's the first time that you get to experience a first ever event of a big LARP like that. And I think that that's going to be amazing. I know there's a lot of things that we still have yet to find out about Menhirs, and a lot of the details and stuff are coming out soon. But I'm very excited. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, same. It's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing I especially love about it is, I mean, I am like 20-30 minutes down the road from it.
Nice.
On the site.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in that situation that Dave used to be in for Empire, or Dave still is in that situation for Empire.
Yeah.
Where it's like, on the Sunday, I can pack down my stuff, jump in my car, and I will be home
within the hour.
So quickly. Yeah, within the hour.
It would be nice for you to have that tiny little commute for you. That's good.
That little commute for me is going to be great. It's obviously, this is the last year of Empire at the Dadford Road campsite as well.
Yes. I'm excited for when they do release information about it. I know that it's something that PD have been striving for years. So, and I was talking to Claire about it, and I'm like seeing the excitement on their faces is actually just really nice, because it's nice to see people that really care about the system that they're working to be part of, which is amazing. I think it's
going to be nice for them to have a site that they can do exactly what they want with it.
Yeah. Because
I mean, the big issue with the Dadford site is they rent that from the farmer who owns it.
Yeah.
So that is why there is no permanent buildings.
Yeah.
That's why everything's shipping containers, which are then bolstered up with wood and then falling apart.
Yeah.
So by having their own personal site, they're going to actually probably build a permanent structures for the Senate, permanent structures for the Forge.
Yeah. And
so we haven't got those rickety
and
off-kilter things.
But it also just shows, again, like we've been saying, is that this year is a big year of change for LARP. Even if a lot of the changes are going to happen in 2026, it's the excitement, it's the anticipation, it's the hype train. It's starting, Bung. It's on the way.
There's so much stuff upcoming over this year and into the next year.
Yeah.
That it's one of those things, like, who knows what the future holds.
Yeah.
I mean, the overarching Empire story is going a bit insane at the moment, with various things going on between the Freedom Pact, or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And the other.
I'll be honest, I need to. Have they released any of the wins or anything yet?
Not yet, no.
I've completely forgotten about what's going on at Empire, which I think a lot of people do.
A little bit me too. Yeah. I mean, when Dave was playing Gellert in the Senators game, I was a lot more in touch with what was going on in that sort of area of the game, and what was going on in the wider, not just Empire, but in the world.
Yeah.
Since that game's no more, I have less of a deal with it. So I'm not hugely up to date with it. I'm more knowing what's going on within Navarre stuff, like we've got the opportunity to possibly end the Valorn.
Oh, yeah. That's
all that sort of stuff. So that's going to be really interesting to see where that goes this year.
Do you still have a military unit? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
do you remember where you sent yours?
I sent them, I think they're in Thorunen.
Nice. Oh, yeah. I think I was going to send Agnes to Thorunen, and then
things happened to Agnes.
Yeah, that's fine. But I've got a business now, which is cool. Business in the league is a big, but it's also a big thing in the league.
You need to vote.
Yeah,
you have to have a business to vote. So.
Yeah, which we'll explain in our pre-LARP episode. Bum, bum, but that's a couple of months away. But yeah, so that's it's. This is a whirlwind episode to start our year off with, dear listener, and it's a bit rambling, as is all things LARP noobs. But hopefully it'll get you excited. We'll do, as I said before, we'll do a big list in our Facebook post about which events we're going to be going to, which ones we're going to be crewing rather than playing, or if we're doing a cheeky bit of both. And then it'll be really exciting to just hear what you guys think, what you guys are excited for at home, what you want us to create for you this year.
If there's anything you want us to cover within the LARP sphere.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want us to cover like, a specific element of one of the games that we attend, I know I tend to mostly do Empire. I'm starting to branch out into a bit more LARP stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, Menhirs Fate. Millie does every LARP there is.
Not every.
Not every LARP, but
most.
if I need like advice on what's this LARP like, I will ask Millie because she's probably been.
Or I've read up on it. It's something that I really enjoyed doing on our Twitch channel, actually, was just sitting down with what we've got for the Menhirs wiki and just reading it aloud. Because one, as somebody who gets really intimidated by bulk text, it forced me to do it. And I think a lot of people found it quite useful. So we'll probably do that for other systems as well.
Yeah. I know I'm one of those sort of people that if I'm just reading it to myself, my neurospice will basically, I'll finish a paragraph and realise I've taken none of it in and have to reread the paragraph about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Whereas if either I'm reading it out loud, I tend to make it in more, or if someone else is reading it out loud and I'm listening to it, like I have completely switched over to audiobooks now.
Yeah.
Because my brain and reading just does not absorb information.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
That's fine. That's why you've got fun people that sit down and read it for you. So yeah, stay tuned. We're on so many different platforms now. We have so social media plug time. Now is the time to follow us. So we are the LARP Noobs podcast on Facebook. We also have a Twitch channel, which is the LARP Noobs. We now have an Instagram, which is new, which I'm going to be posting on a lot more of, including mainly to give credit to the incredible photographers that do just amazing work at all of the events. And just to be silly little meme goblins as well on stories. So we've got Twitch, we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook. We are also on the usual every platform that you can listen to podcasts on. We have Discord. So there is literally anything that you can think about, there is a way to connect with us. So feel free to reach out and message us, email us, heck, write us a letter.
Yeah.
And deliver it.
We don't have a PO box.
We don't have. No, do we? As if anybody wants to send us anything. But if you did want to send a letter, you can find us in field.
Yeah, find us in the field somewhere.
Yeah, give it to Nims Noms.
Yeah, that way we get it delivered and a cake.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. But yeah, I'm very excited for this year. If it didn't come across at all, Bung, and I hope you are too.
It's going to be, I've got a feeling it's going to be a really good and a really big year for the LARP.
Yeah.
LARP sphere. And it's really interesting to see what's going on out there. I mean, there's obviously, you've already mentioned Ollie and Yada's new podcast.
Yeah.
There's also this, like when Dave Ian started this podcast and asked me to do their intros back 2018.
Yeah.
In regards to what was available for LARP media, was ridiculous. There was barely anything. There was a handful of things here and there. The occasional episode on sort of nerdier sort of podcasts would do an occasional episode and stuff like LARP and things like that. Whereas now there's just so many other creators out there, and it's
amazing. It's really nice, and it's just fun listening to other portions of the story and game that we don't really go to.
Yeah, and it is hearing like other people's exposure to the game, like people who are completely different nations, or even people who are in the same nation as you and like have a completely different game.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh wow, so that was actually going on while I was sitting by my campfire drinking cider out of a tankard.
Yeah, and especially so, this is a little LARPs and TARPs beef. Tom hates the fact that he was the only leaguish podcaster, and now there's 2. If Yada and Oily do they're
doing one, and
do an Empire podcast, like Yada is also league. It's getting mighty crowded for podcasters in the league. I think we're going to have podcaster pillow fights to try and figure it all out, which is something that I need to get to happen.
When I cancelled Gwithian, so I moved to the League as well, just to really annoy him.
Oh God, I don't. Would Gwithian stand puffy sleeves as well as?
Oh God, no,
warnings?
Gwithian's dead. I've already got plans for what my next character's going to be if I do go to the League.
You've killed Gwithian?
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay. If you move to the League, that means
if he. Oh, that's the only way I'm moving nations. I'm not gonna. I don't really want to retire another character. Well, and I say another character. I'd rather this character go out again, similar to how Keys did, which unexpected, not planned.
Yeah, it was a good death.
It was a good death, and yeah, thanks James Cosmo Farr.
Hey now.
Hey, yeah, I'm calling him out now. I held it back because I found out at Hunter's Feast he was the one who fired the crossbow that killed Keys.
Yeah. But
it's just like, oh.
This is why we love crossbows.
Yeah, it's just like, you absolute bastard.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's that thing with LARPs. Like, you are occasionally going to be fighting against your friends, and if that opportunity comes up, you're going to take it.
Oh, yeah. And they're going to hunt you down mercilessly.
Yeah. Considering apparently the Reapers were trying to take Ian out that entire freaking battle, and he was oblivious to it.
Yeah.
So much so, Darius saving him with a random shield just being stuck in front of his face at the last second.
So good.
It was a beautiful moment to watch, but it's like Ian just like walking backwards and forwards like a duck at a shooting range, picking up arrows off the floor.
Yeah.
While completely unaware to arrows just going swing straight over his head as soon as he bends over.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I think in the run up to Empire and all of the other things, I'm going to have to listen back to all of our episodes just to help build the hype train up. It's so exciting. But anyway, Bung, time marches on, and so must we.
Okay. We must.
What are our words now?
Well, because you're no longer Navari, so doing the whole strength of the Empire, strength of Navarre, that's all just me.
No.
I don't know what the League one is. What is it, like sausage?
Hey, no. That's what yours are going to be.
Well, yeah, that you know my plans for my Leagueish character.
Yeah. I think that's what we're going to have to do this year. We're going to have to find out what our words are.
What our new closing to the podcast
will
be. Suggestions on a postcard. Send to Millie or Bungle in a field somewhere at a LARP.
Yeah, please send voice notes to the LARP News podcast.
Oh yeah, perhaps we'll start a little channel on the Discord just to like ideas for how we sign off our podcast, because now we have no idea. Now we're different nations.
Hey Bung.
Yo.
Bye.
Bye Mel. Woo LARP. Yeah. I don't know. It just feels odd.
It does. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Have you finished recording?
I was about to.
I haven't yet either.
Good.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.